So it's kind of hard for comparison in college. Maybe if Zion played all 4 years or 3 years, he would probably exceed those numbers. Hi guys, it is shaolinthechef here, and I was digging through some threads, Twitter, Reddit, and a little interesting topic came up: a Zion Williamson versus Charles Barkley. People talking shit about both. I've been saying Zion just Charles Barkley Jr. since he got drafted. These kids only know him as a fat guy on TNT. He was a healthy Zion. That's in comparison from Charles Barkley to Zion. Zion could ever be the player Charles Barkley was. Get that the fuck out of here forever. Zion and Charles Barkley don't deserve to be in the same sentence at all. Barkley was so much better. Do you even put Zion in the same? Don't even put Zion in the same sentence as Charles Barkley. So we're just gonna do some. I thought I'd dive in. We do just some quick comparisons. Look at the analytics, the metrics of each player, and see what we got. So I figured we start out with the baseline. Just in college, we'll measure the college stats first. We'll start college, and then we'll go into NBA. So Zion Williamson, base stats: 6'7", 285. 201 centimeters, 129 kilograms, I don't know if I'm even saying that right. From Spartanburg, South Carolina. Played only 1 year, 33 games. His points per game, 2.2 or 22.6. This is also from Duke. He played at Duke. 8.9 total rebounds. That's 9 rebounds. 2.1 assists. Field goal percentage a clean 68%. 33.8% from the field goal, which isn't, or a 3-point percentage, which is not bad at all. Could be better, but I mean, he's not a sharpshooter, obviously. Free throw percentage 64%. Yikes. Effective field goal percentage, so that measures weighing threes more than 2-pointers, and he's at 70% because he's obviously been in the paint a lot more. If you've seen his highlights, he's been in the paint a lot more than he does shoot. But he's not afraid to shoot it. At least he wasn't. Player efficiency rating 14.8. And win shares. So by him playing, he adds about an additional 8.3 wins per. I guess they're averaging through the season, and they do that for each player. Let's go with Charles' base stats. In college, 6'6", 252 pounds. So obviously he's a little shorter, an inch shorter, and 30-something pounds, 28 pounds head lighter or something like that. What do we got? Seasons. Oh, crap. He's got 3 seasons at Auburn. Okay. 84 games, so obviously a lot more season when it came in, but he only averaged 14.1, 9.6 total rebounds in his one season, so basically 10 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 62.6 field goal percentage, which is a little worse than Zion, but at a longer clip because he's played 84 games to Zion's 33 games. So it's kind of hard for comparison in college. Maybe if Zion played all 4 years or 3 years, he would probably exceed those numbers. 22.6. I mean, at that point, you only need 1 season, throw him back into the NBA at that point. But, I mean, over 4 seasons, man, he'd probably go from 22 to like 28 to probably fucking averaging nearly 30 a game if he stayed 3 to 4 years. Get deeper into these percentages. So we already went through the base, 22, blah, blah, blah. 1.8, 2.1 steals. Defensive rebounds, 5.4. Offensive, 3.5, which is pretty freaking good for not being a center. Free throw percentage, something to be desired. 3-point percentage can always be improved, but that's not bad at all. He averaged 2.2 threes a game. Attempted 3.3 or 2.2, so he wasn't shooting a lot. And his field goals, you could see, was like 5 times more, 3.2 attempts per game on a 68 percentage average minutes played, 30 points or 30 minutes per games played. God, I'm fumbling my fucking words today. Field goals per game. So total field goals. Made per game, 9.8. I don't know if they... Yeah, they're not adding classifying the three. So let's jump over to Charles's college stats real quick. Each year he went up, his best year being 15.1, averaging 9.5 rebounds. So actually Charles had his best year rebounding his freshman year. So overall, just lower stats than Zion in his first 3 years. And Zion played more games than Charles did in his first year. 28 games played. Played less minutes than Zion played. Attempted less field goals than Zion did. Had a lower field goal percentage than Zion did in his first year. In the second year, who knew? Maybe Zion regresses, but most likely not. So that's college. Let's jump over to professional so far. And this is where it starts to get a little sketchy because Zion has just been hurt. A lot. So for baseline, this is where Zion was probably getting the Charles Barkley stats because he is a rebounding machine. If you see right here, 22.1 points per game and 1,073 games. Holy crap. But this is kind of arbitrary. We're going to jump right into his first 3 seasons in comparison just because that's as many seasons as Zion has played. Shit, come on. There we go. Okay. So first 3 seasons. We'll just go points. 22 with 24 games played. Yikes. He was hurt. 27 points a game. 61 games played. That's a lot better. And then his third season, current season so far, 26 points per game on 29 games. Terrible. Yeah. Bad, terrible season. So it's really hard to compare right now, but just for his first 3 seasons, Charles averaged 14 points, 20 points, and 23 points. But if we start getting deeper, Zion has something to be desired, leaves something to be desired with his rebounding, but he is a 29% 3-point. That's bad. 7.2 rebounds, 7.0. I guess we can really only compare off the second season since it was somewhat a full season, but not really, because Charles played 82 games, 80 games, 68 games, so he just played so many more games. A lot more games than fucking Zion has at this point. So, in a shorter clip, Zion, points-wise, is better, but, Charles was just more consistent. His rebounding was insane. 8.6. 12.8 rebounds a game in his second season. 15 rebounds. So he's averaging 13 rebounds, 15 rebounds a game. Holy shit. With almost 5 assists. This is his third year. 4 assists. 2.2 steals. 2 steals here. Anybody who doesn't know how to do it, you just round up with the second number if it's past 5 or round down if it's at 5 or lower. 0.8. Averaging a block. Damn near 2 blocks. Holy crap. Yeah. I believe he's an all-star in most of these. With his best season at 27.6 and 10.1 rebounds. Look at all, besides his first season, which he was still played amazing. Not like what he's doing now, 1.67 3-point. His 3-point was not the greatest. But when you're doing numbers like these, man, you don't really, the rebounding, the assist, all this, Chuck was doing everything, man. Zion don't assist like Chuck does. In his second season, he had 3.7 assists. Oh, okay, that's 4 assists a game. Okay, he's doing all right. The rebounding needs something to be desired, but his points are up there. He could work on defense a little bit. 3-point can work. Field goal's great. The field goal's amazing. Anything that's amazing. He just needs to up his games, up his points. So right now, I think the comparison is just unfair. Because right now at this point, I would say Charles wins over Zion. But at a shorter clip, in one season, it looks like Zion, if he can stay healthy, can definitely expand those numbers quite significantly. But he just needs to be healthy. And Charles, at this point, with all these games logged, like, look at these. His worst game, like 20 games. Mostly it's 80, 80, 68, 80, 79, 79, 67, 75. Like, he's played a lot of games. So if Zion can find some consistency and up his rebounding, up his steals, fucking get his... Like, Charles was an all-around fucking monster. And that's not to detract from Zion, because Zion is well on his way if he can stay healthy. So, I think there was another thing saying maybe Sean Kemp. I think I already read that. Sean Kemp is or if not, there was a Sean Kemp comparison too. Like, somebody said he's more comparable to Sean Kemp or Larry Johnson. So I just want to do a quick comparison to Sean Kemp too. So, no. Zion is already better. Like, I have no hate against Kemp at all, but Kemp was a beast. But Kemp was rebounding and maybe getting 15. Like, those were amazing numbers. Couple assists, a steal, a block. Dude, he was a defensive stud. But the points, could definitely put some up. No 3-point at all. Look at that. 0. Field goal percentage. Zion looks better, but we can't really say anything because Zion's played not like fucking less than 110 games maybe. Like, dude. Like, yeah, Zion has not played that much. He needs to get a full season under his belt before we start these comparisons. Zion is no chump, but I would say at this point, if he just can't stay healthy, Charles has it over him all day. All day. But Zion is on his way, so I'm probably going to get some flack for that, but just consistency. All it is consistency, man. Yeah, Charles right now has it over Zion, but Zion can definitely improve every single one of those metrics that has been measured. So that's all I wanted to say for the quick comparison for Zion and Charles. Right now, Charles wins, but in the long run, who knows? If Zion definitely has more at the athletic explosiveness, like, he has more, but Charles has it over him. So until next time, it's your boy Chef. Peace.